Hi everybody, I'm Kimberly Edwards from cookingwithkimberly.com, and I am going to share a rare moment with you this evening. I have nothing planned really. I need to make dinner. I need to make it now. All I've done is I've defrosted some chicken drumsticks. That's where I'm starting, and I'm trying to develop some ideas of what to do tonight, and I'm kind of missing a whole bunch of ingredients, so I'm just kind of winging it, and we'll see what we come up with. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do a chicken curry. That's what I think I'm going to do. So we're going to do chicken curry with rice. Got me? All right, follow me. I already have a frying pan, a large frying pan. There you go. A large frying pan like this on my stove, and it is on like medium heat, okay? I'm going to bring you over to my stove, and we're just going to start some things, and I'm just going to develop as I go. That's what's up. So here we go. Come with me to my stovetop. Hi, stovetop. I hope you're not being blinded by that light. It's terrible. Sorry. You gotta see me though. Okay. Here we go. Here's my chicken. I don't fit in here. We're gonna turn this down. Okay. All right, we're on medium heat, and I'm gonna put some peanut oil in. This is, I guess, Asian-ish, South Asian-ish. I wouldn't want to say it's Indian or Thai or anything in particular. It's going to be a curry, but it's not necessarily a specific kind of curry. Bear with me, people. This is what happens in your kitchen, right? This is exactly what happens. You don't know what to cook, and you got to figure it out quick. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be exactly Italian. It can be fusion of some kind, whatever. It's whatever you like, what the ingredients that you like and ingredients that you have. You have to make the best of them, okay? So into this frying pan, I put about maybe 2 tablespoons of peanut oil. You can use olive oil. You can use whatever you want, whatever. And in goes my chicken. It has been washed. Dang, this is not hot enough, so sit tight while I get it hot enough. I'm going to wash my hands, and I'm going to use some tongs. Oh, sit tight, guys. They're done. Okay. Hopefully this heats up quicker now. I'm going to get my splash guard. Oops. Splash me. I'm going to cook my chicken. I'm going to brown my chicken because brown chicken has better flavor than non-brown chicken. So instead of making the curry and the sauce and then throwing your chicken in, you want to already have some brown chicken that has some nice, beautiful flavor. At least I do. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. So that's what we're doing at Cooking with Kimberly's Day. Here we go. All right. I think that should be warm enough now. Yes, it's sizzling. Now, I'm also going to season these up with some salt and pepper. And that's almost it. That's it. I just want these to brown up. Come back, chicken. Okay. Don't use these for anything else because they have chicken juice on them, okay? And I'm also going to wipe this off my stove, because no one needs to be getting sick in any way, shape, or form. Okay. All right. Sorry for the noise. I told you I wasn't prepared. I'm winging it as we go, so you get to see this real time, real talk. Okay, so I'm going to put salt and pepper on here. Here we go. Salt goes on. Hi, Mom. I'm filming, just so you know. All right, I'm gonna turn them over quickly. Get salt and pepper on the other side. No big deal, right? We're not scared of chicken. It's just chicken. Everyone cooks with chicken. Okay. All right, salt and peppered up now. Good? Good. This is the pan I'm going to use when I have the chicken done and I have the curry sauce that I want. It's nice and deep. That way it holds all the nice liquid. It can stew this chicken a little bit, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, is like a stewed chicken, but in a curry sauce. Get me? Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this curry sauce quickly too. Cover this up because it's snap, crackle, popping me, and that's not nice at all, is it, precious? Okay. Hey. That's a better angle-ish. Okay. into my pot, or my pan, I'm putting this on. We're actually going to switch sides. This gets hotter on this side. Okay, got to know your oven, guys, your stovetop. Okay, into here, I am going to put a wooden spoon, and I'm going to put, I don't know, maybe a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of peanut oil. A 4 count is usually 1 tablespoon when you're pouring, okay? Not like totally guzzling it over, but that's what's going on. So I'm going to melt this up. I'm going to make a roux. This is how I'm going to do my curry sauce tonight, okay? Not everyone does it this way. Not everyone uses these oils. So you can do whatever you want, but this is my kitchen, and this is what I'm doing this evening. I don't want to hear about it, guys. So sometimes you have to improvise, too, when you don't have the exact ingredients that you wanted or you thought you might have. All right, gotta wing it, guys. You still gotta eat. You can't just give up. Okay. So, when you're making a roux, you are going to use equal parts flour and equal parts oil or fat, okay? So, in my pan today, I have about 2 tablespoons of fat, butter, and an oil. Now, I put the oil in there so that it just doesn't, like, burn my butter. My butter doesn't turn all brown because no one likes that. It increases the temperature of the oil, the burn point of the oil. So in goes 2 tablespoons, nice heaping tablespoons too, of flour. Okay? Just regular all-purpose flour. And I'm stirring that in. This is a roux, how to make a roux. This is going to be a blonde roux because I'm not letting it go too far. If you let it be a chocolate roux, you would use that for a gumbo per se, or something like that. And then you can get like peanut butter color roux and stuff. There's every grade of color in between. But this will be a blonde roux, maybe a little bit darker than a blonde roux. Blonde roux I would use for an Alfredo sauce, nice and light in color. You just want to cook out the flour taste when you're making a blonde roux. That's your whole point. And a roux is a thickener. It's a thickening ingredient for a sauce or a soup or a stew. Okay, something like that. Gravy even, you could do that. So I'm cooking it out, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to show you. That's what it looks like when it's cooking. Where's my camera pointing? There it is. That's what it looks like when it's cooking. So it bubbles up. It looks kind of like a paste. You just keep moving it around. You have to babysit a roux. Roux needed to be babysitted. Babysat. Those darn troublesome roux. Okay. We're almost there. I'm going to get it just a little bit darker. Because to me, it's not about that flavor. The curry's going to take over most of the flavor tonight. So I'm not looking to get flavor from my roux necessarily. I just really want to use it for my thickener. If you think you might need a little bit more, then go ahead and make a little more. If you've never made a roux before, just trust me and go with 2 tablespoons, okay? Because it'll thicken up quite a bit of stuff. So, quite a bit of liquid. So, hold on. Don't let it stick. If you don't babysit it like this and stir it, a roux, what happens is you get lumps and clumps and it burns on the bottom and it makes your stuff taste gross and it doesn't thicken anything and it's just a big mess. So don't do that. Make sure you babysit. Go on and grab yourself a nice little something to drink while you're sitting here because it actually will take that long. For instance, when I make gumbo I make New Year's gumbo on New Year's Day. And I do the darkest roux possible, a dark chocolate colored roux. And it could take me over an hour to do. And I usually have, I don't know, sit here with a couple drinks and talk with my family and my friends and put some music on and chill out. And you just have to babysit it. For something like a gumbo, your roux is your central ingredient. It's what gives you the richness of flavor and the depth and the taste you're looking for that Southern Cajun Creole cuisine. Is so delicious. So this roux looks beautiful, and I'm pretty satisfied with this color at this point. It's slightly darker than a blonde roux. It actually kind of smells like popcorn. Funny enough. Strange enough. Okay. Beautiful. My chicken, let's check on my chicken here. Chicken's looking good. Just going to flip it over. Make sure you have enough oil in the pan. Not a big deal. Just add a little more if you think you need some. Okay. This also increases or decreases my cooking time when it's sitting there stewing in the sauce because It'll be already mostly cooked. Okay, my roux is going a little too far now at this point. You also want to do your roux on a low temperature, okay? I'm on a medium-low heat right now. So this is beautiful. Now, where's my spoon? Okay, into this pan, I'm going to put some curry paste. This is actually mild curry paste. My mom's not much of a spicy lady, so I add spice to my own, but I'm going to use, I want the curry paste flavor, okay? So in that goes with the roux, and I'm just stirring that into my roux. There's lots of spices going on in here, so don't choke to death when it gets in your eyes and your nose. You inhale it. Okay. Now, I'm just stirring this up so everything is evenly distributed. Now my roux looks like a red roux. I'm going to show you this step. It's making my eyes water. That's what it looks like, people. Simple stuff, okay? So far. So, what am I going to do next here? I'm going to make the rest of this sauce while my chicken is going. So into this pan, I'm going to start adding, what am I going to add? Well, come back, because I'm going to turn this off just for 2 seconds. I'm kidding, I'm not either. I'm going to add a little bit of coconut milk that I already had sitting here. When you're doing roux and you're adding your liquid, beginning, you want to add tiny bits at a time. You're going to stir it all around so that it's evenly distributed throughout the roux before you add any more liquid. Now, as it gets to be more voluminous, meaning the paste is thinning out, you are able to add more and more liquid at a time as well. So take your time, because if you don't do it that way, you're going to get, again, a whole bunch of lumps and clumps in your sauce, and you're going to be really mad that you spent all that time on a nice roux and you screwed it up. So, wow, this coconut milk is very, very thick. There we go. Mixing it thoroughly. Here we go. Some spices are going to have to go in here. What am I going to put in here, guys? Okay, I'm going to grab some, I'm going to show you the spices in just a little bit. I'm going to keep going with this roux. This roux looks beautiful. See how it thickens up nicely? Or makes a nice paste. Now it's getting thick. Lovely. It'll be even thicker in a moment. Now, ideally I would like to use chicken broth, but I told you I was running out of ingredients. So instead of using chicken broth, use some other liquid. If you have beef broth, use that. If you have veggie broth and you like it, use that. Or you can use coconut milk, which I would use anyway, along with my chicken broth. But you can also use tea. And I cook with tea a lot. There's no tea left. Darn it, I saved some earlier. In a container. So you can use tea. I usually have a teapot, again, sitting here. A little lukewarm tea just hanging out, that maybe wasn't drank. And I use that for cooking a lot. Anytime I need a little splash of something, it's got more flavor than water, doesn't it? Yummy. We're all about flavor. This is going to be a beautiful sauce, okay? Trying to figure out in my brain as I'm talking to you exactly what else I'm going to put in here to make it delicious and lovely. Okay. And goes my tea. Wish I had some more, which I don't. Thicken this up some more. Now, when you're thickening your liquid, and you finally added as much liquid as you want to this roux, okay, for your sauce. Once you bring it up to the boil, to the simmer, where it's actually bubbling, that's your full thickening power. So that's as thick as your sauce is going to get. So if your sauce is looking kind of thin, don't add any more liquid. It's not going to get thicker when it cools off or anything like that. It's going to be runny. Don't add any more. If it looks good while it's bubbling, all nice and hot, then you're good to go. Okay, here goes the rest of my coconut milk. And I'm going to open this up because there's more coconut stuff in here. No worries, guys. That's what happens when you cook at home. You make messes. Perfect. All right. Stirring the rest of this in. And if you need more liquid, go ahead and use water if you want to, if you need it. This is looking kind of good, because really what I want, I just want enough to stew my chicken, right? And to add to on top of my rice when I'm eating. It's going to be so yummy. Alright. I'm going to add some spices to this, but I'm going to bring you over here and we're going to talk a little bit. Because I don't like this camera angle, it's not nice. Okay. Awesome. My chicken is sizzling. I know you guys can hear it. Lovely. Okay. My pot, I'm going to, obviously you want salt and pepper. Okay. I'm also going to add some sriracha sauce. This is a very hot sauce. And some bay leaves. I would typically add garlic and onion, but some people don't like garlic and onion, so I'm not doing that tonight. And goes my bay leaf too. I used to have a lime tree until my mom killed it. She killed my tree. She didn't like it. And I used to put lime leaves. So if you have a lime tree or you're able to get lime leaves, use those as well. Chop them up. Throw them in. Okay? Into my sauce. I'm putting it on low heat. Hold on. I'm coming right back. Sit tight. Beautiful. Okay. So those are my spices. And I'm also going to add some tomatoes. I have some tomatoes that my neighbor gave me from their garden that need to be used up. And I don't know what else I'm going to use them for. And I think a tomato curry would be a beautiful thing. So here we go. I'm going to chop these up for you guys while we're talking. We'll talk about this curry. Small knife. Cut out the cores, right? That's it. Then you're going to just roughly chop that stuff. And you're going to throw it in your pot and let that stew down while you are cooking your chicken. Okay. You're going to watch me do them too. I'm also probably going to add some nice little potato chunks, but I'm not going to do that until my chicken is done and my sauce is done, everything's ready. Then I'm going to dice them up really small, like maybe that big, like a nice little half-inch dice almost. And I'm going to throw those in there for maybe 15 minutes, and they should be done in that nice sauce. These are nice and juicy. I'm going to save this one because I might make a sandwich tomorrow. Nothing like tomato sandwiches, guys, with fresh tomatoes. Holy moly. I mean tomatoes from the garden. I don't mean just fresh tomatoes. All right, slicing these bad boys up. Just rough chop. Could have used these for some pasta sauce, but that's okay. No need to hold on to them. Sometimes you hold on to fruits and veggies thinking you're going to make something and then it never happens and then they go bad and you feel so bad that you just wasted it. So if you have an inkling or an ability to use your fresh ingredients in a recipe, you don't have to save it. Go on and use the ingredients up. You'll be surprised and you'll be happy that you didn't waste them and forget and get tired or busy or I don't know, who knows. Okay, almost done and they're gonna go in. Now I'm also probably gonna add maybe a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of honey, just to sweeten up the mixture. I don't want this to be really like tangy, like, you know, acidic, and that's what these tomatoes are probably going to add to this. So we need to soften it up a little bit. We've got that coconut milk in there and that helps a lot. But a little bit of honey wouldn't hurt. Or some sugar, I guess. In goes my tomatoes. That's going to give you a lot more liquid too into your sauce. Make sure you have that sauce going on low heat now at this point. stir it up, baby. Now, I want some spice. I like spice. I'm gonna add a little bit of sriracha sauce, maybe just a quick splash. There we go, done. Salt and pepper. Haha, sorry guys. Come right back. Salt and pepper. Okay. Now, I had some jalapeno peppers the other day, and I want a little bit more spice. I'm going to finely mince these up. They're already sliced, but I'm going to mince. I don't even need that many. I just want a little hint of a nice fresh chili. Okay. Jalapeno wouldn't typically be my first choice for this. Probably a habanero or a Scotch bonnet. Or a nice banana pepper even. But jalapeno is what I've got today, and that's what we're working with. So just rock your knife back and forth. Put your hand on top so you're not slicing your fingers off. Not cool. Wipe it off the knife, reorganize them, readjust them, and then go right through the whole bunch of them again. And do that until you have as small of a mince or dice that you want. It's looking pretty good. I kind of want these to melt in there. I don't want a chunk of jalapeno to taste on because just don't. Okay, I'm going to put probably a teaspoon of that in, okay, into my pot. Stir, stir, stir. Let that go. At this point, I'm also going to probably add a little bit more tea. So I'm going to bring you back over to the stove top, and we're going to finish talking. Okay. My chicken looks like it could use a nice flip over. Okay. Let's flip the chicken. Flip the script, guys. Okay, it's starting to brown. I want it more brown than that. But you don't want to go too high either and make your chicken all burnt. So go slower. You're still making your sauce. You're good. Okay. My sauce is just barely simmering. I'm going to add a little bit more tea to this mixture as soon as I make some. But in the meantime, I'm going to add a little bit of water. Okay. That's about maybe a third of a cup of water. I just want to thin it out a little bit more. It's going to be simmering and it's going to be losing liquid anyway. Okay? So you're going to have to replace some of that, or want to replace some of that. Alright. Also, I'm going to use carrot in here. Now, when I use carrot, sometimes I just want to grab the carrot and I peel. You have to peel the carrot anyway. So I peel the carrot into what I'm cooking. And this gives nice little chunks of carrot, gives color, little texture. And also the carrot cooks very well. So if you don't have a knife handy, it's out somewhere in the wilderness or something and you just have a peeler, you want to peel those carrots in. Okay? And there you go. Also gives a little bit more nutrients. Some people don't like carrots or they're not crazy about chunks of carrots, and this you can get by with these. Okay. Beautiful. At the end, I'm also going to sprinkle in maybe a handful of frozen peas. Just for color and for pretties and a little bit more something to it. They only take a couple minutes. They're already cooked. Yeah, they just take a couple minutes to heat through. So that goes in at the last minute. Okay, my chicken's going to keep going. Now, there's not much else I can talk to you guys about with this dish until I show you the final product, and that's going to be, I don't know, maybe 45 more minutes. So we're not going to hang out here in the kitchen any longer than we need to. I'm just trying to teach you guys what to do. So that's kind of how my thought process goes when I'm making something in the kitchen, have no idea. Sometimes you just have to start with one thing and the idea develops from there. So I started with the chicken. I looked in the freezer and I was like, oh, what can I defrost quickly and use? And it was chicken, so I started from there. And then you start looking at what ingredients you have. Don't get all stressed out over exactly what recipe you're gonna make each day. You don't really have to do that unless you're really organized, you know, control freak, and that's cool, do your thing. But you can wing it. Don't be scared to wing it. You're going to come up with some interesting recipes that you probably wouldn't have thought of before. Found another tomato I need to cut up. That you might not have thought of before, you know? And you'll surprise yourself at how good you can make things taste, even when you're not prepared. So I'm just going to slice the rest of this bad boy up, throw it in. We're going to talk about rice quickly before I let you guys go. And then I'll show you the final product and picture and publish this up on my shows on YouTube. You guys can check it out. So hopefully maybe I'll just start doing this even more often. You guys would get a lot more recipes out of me. Probably original recipes that I wouldn't think of posting as well. So in they go in my pot. Okay. Don't forget to taste test at the very end. Taste test. Make sure your curry sauce tastes good. I'll probably put some powdered curry in as well. What other spices? I'm going to put in some cumin. Some cumin. And some turmeric for a cool color. That's pretty much the recipe today. These little tiny potatoes. These little guys, they're going to be peeled up and chopped up into tiny little chunks, probably 4 pieces per that potato. So you're going to have the chicken drumsticks. You're going to let them stew in that sauce. As soon as those are browned enough in your frying pan, put them into the sauce. Got me? Let them sit there, bubble, and all that good stuff. Maybe 30 minutes because you want everything done. So if you're going to do it for 30 more minutes, throw those potatoes in maybe 10 minutes after you put the chicken in. Then you're going to put the handful of peas in, I don't know, 5 minutes before you're ready to eat. Your rice, sit tight, we're going to talk about rice. Rice. Today I'm using a jasmine rice, okay? It's an Indian or Asian rice. I'm not crazy about, I don't want to say it, you know, the 5 minutes reconstituted whatever rice it is, the 5-minute rice. Don't use that stuff, guys. It gets mushy. It's cool if you're like stuck in a pinch, but this is so much tastier. Use this. You'll like it, I promise. So when you're doing rice like this real rice that's not already parboiled, when you use real rice, you're pretty much going to use a ratio of 2 to 1, liquid to rice. So if I want to make 1 cup of rice, right? If I'm going to use 1 cup of rice, I want to use about 2 cups of liquid. With this kind of rice, I usually reduce it slightly from the double amount. So I'm going to use probably 1 3/4 cups of water with this. Just because I don't like my rice mushy at all. I want it like with a little bit of bite, a little bit of, you know, I don't want it hard and crunchy, but I want it to still be able to save its shape and not mush on your plate. Got me? I want it to hold up to this good curry. So that's going to go in. It's probably going to take you 10 minutes to boil this stuff, maybe 15 max, I would say. You can put a little butter in there, water, salt, and the rice. Put it to a boil. Don't put the rice in. Bring all that stuff up to a boil. Throw the rice in. Stir it around. Put a top on it, on your stove. Put it on lowest heat you got. Okay? And let that sit there for 10 minutes. Put the timer on because you don't want to burn your rice on the bottom of your pot. Believe me, not cool. Put your timer on. About 5 minutes into it, stir it once. Don't remember it. Forget about it. Leave it alone. Wait till your timer goes off. Stir it again, fluff it up. It's ready to go. Okay, so here's your schedule. Brown your chicken. Get your sauce ready. As soon as your chicken is browned, throw the chicken into the sauce. 5 minutes later, you're going to throw in your potatoes that are already peeled and diced. Then 5 more minutes later, you're going to start your rice. Got me? 5 minutes before you eat, 5 minutes left, you're going to throw in your frozen peas, stir it all up, serve it. Rice and curried chicken. It's going to be a beautiful thing. You're going to like it. Watch. Make sure you taste it, though. Taste test it before you serve it to everybody. Make sure the spices are right. Yeah, if you want to add onion or garlic, go ahead. You may also use onion powder or garlic powder if you want. Beautiful thing. I also love putting fruit in my curries. Some people don't like that. I'm not doing it tonight, but I like putting raisins in there. I like putting apricots. I like cutting up tart apples and throwing them in there. So good. You could even use figs or dates or something cool and belligerent like that. Also, another ingredient I use often is ginger. Fresh ginger. You can grate it up, throw it in there, fry it up at the beginning. that's about it. I don't know. Experiment. Have a good time in your kitchen, okay? So that's my tonight's curried chicken with jasmine rice. Simple, right? I hope you guys follow this. I hope I helped you. I hope I teach you how to not be scared in the kitchen and just start with an idea and keep rolling until you get something delicious, okay? Follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim E with a capital E. Go to the Facebook fan page, facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. Like it, interact with me. Go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel. It's youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly. All my shows are on there. And go on and check my recipes out at cookingwithkimberly.com. Without the website, we wouldn't have any of this. So there you go. Go check it out, okay, guys? I hope you guys eat deliciously. I will show you a final product. Ciao. Bye.